Hey, yo. Good evening. Welcome back. All right, let's get this thing posted. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Welcome to another episode of the Jayson Estrera Show, where we try to talk about basketball, sports, and everything else that we come across as accurate as possible. And as always, it's your host, Jayson Estrera. Now, tonight we got treated. We got treated to two unbelievable performances tonight. Two masterful performances. Nikola Jokic proved on the night of his MVP award presentation that he is the MVP of the league. And Jalen Brunson absolutely destroyed Indiana. But first, we get some WNBA. She's on everybody's radar. She's on everybody's TV. She's on everybody's phone. Caitlin Clark had her WNBA debut tonight. And for tonight, she ended up with 20 points. Let me see. I don't want to get it. She ended up with 20 points. No, that's not it. No, that's not it either. Where's this shit? Phoenix. Oh, here. What? Where is it? Why is it not showing up over here? Alright, here it is. She ended the game with 20 points, 3 assists, and check this out. 10 turnovers. Let's see what happened. Oh, all the way. All the way. All the way. A lot of people were wondering.
Here's Clark, a good look from three. She got it. Here's Clark.
A lot of people are wondering whether she'd be able to score on the next level. And I think she's clearly proved that she can get the same shots off. And if anybody would, anybody else watching knew anything.
I thought it was physical. I don't know. Obviously, it wasn't like the best start in the first half for myself.
Absolutely.
Getting into foul trouble, and then you got to sit on the bench and try to come back into the game and get into a little bit of a flow. But obviously, too many turnovers. That's not going to get the job done.
And yeah, that's how her debut went. And some people are going to be up in arms about it. You can't get too high. You can't get too low. She's a player that can turn the ball over quite a bit. And with the physicality, they'll be able to knock her off her line, knock the ball loose. Expect some games to be like this. However, she was able to get her shots off, which is a great sign. And a lot of people expected it. There were some rumblings of, whether she can actually get her shot off or not. She shoots from fucking 40 feet away. She'll be fine. But the turnover, it's reminiscent of, when Jeremy Lin was on his tear. A lot of people forgot he was getting 9, 8, 9, 10 turnovers in those big games as well. Steph Curry early in his career was very turnover prone, and even now still. It might just be her flaw, and she'll have to really work on it. But hey, it was her first game. It was her first game. It is what it is. And next, you see, I'm repping everything. New York, the New York Knicks found a way to dig themselves out of the 2-game slump that they were just on with a heartbreaking loss and a blowout victory by the Indiana Pacers. A bunch of Indiana, huh? And tonight, or last night I should say, we saw Jalen Brunson go for 44 points. 44 points. He shot, let's see. He shot 8 of 35, 2 of 6 from 3, 6 of 7 from the line, and had 7 assists. We can't forget Isaiah Hartenstein, who only had 7 points but had 17 rebounds. 12 of them were offensive rebounds. Hart had 18 points and another double-double with 11 rebounds. And we got some production from McBride and Alec Burks. On the other side, the story is, obviously they lost the offensive rebounding battle terribly. 20-5 is the turnover battle. They lost that terribly. And the turnovers. Indiana had 18, the Knicks had 9. Those two things right there is damn near the game. You add on top of that Tyrese Halliburton, who's went for 35, 35, 20, and he only took 9 shots. That's not good enough. Let's see what happened.
For victory, offensive rebound Hartenstein, and that sets up Brunson. Little shot fake, a Villanova specialty. OG Anunoby,
Halliburton with the early shot. That's 3 out of the 12, 13 points that he got. 13 points, so that was it. He only had 10 the rest of the game. Offensive rebounds. Hart with a big 3. If he can hit that shot consistently over the years, he's going to be a real problem. And Brunson was just going to work on, honestly, anybody.
The Knicks have 7 offensive rebounds. Indiana has 3.
Up ahead, DiVincenzo out racing.
Wow.
Out 18-5.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. Look at that. DiVincenzo didn't have a great game, but had some impactful, good energy plays just like that. And Brunson was just all over the place. Huge shot right over here. Oh, we got one more. Oh, it just restarted. Oh, I see what I did. So yeah, the Knicks, after the struggle that they've had in those past 2 games, finally able to come out and get a victory off the back of their best player, Jalen Brunson. Now, where is this? Where the fuck did it go? Let's see. I wonder if this will work. Let's see if this will work. Shit. I can't believe that didn't happen. There's so much going on with my PC right now. Let's see if I can do this. This should be quick. Am I sure it's not there? Am I tripping? Oh, there it is. Never mind. So, before we get any further, this is how I've been the last 2 nights. I do think that OKC has some fight and that they can make it close. I want to say OKC's going to tie it up, but my gut is telling me that Dallas is going to go up 3-1. Boston quickly change tonight, and OKC's tying the series. If I was a betting man, this was earlier today. It's pretty safe to say. That was the other day. That was 2 days ago. This was just yesterday. Should have some blowouts tonight, although I was wrong about this. The Knicks to win. They're not really blowing teams out winning games, so that might be a tight game. They did blow them out. History says Denver wins tonight. If you're a betting man, Denver wins tonight. So, yeah, I've been 4 for 4 the last 2 days. I'm kind of on a roll right now. But to get back to the Knicks, what a masterful performance. And honestly, I've been arguing that Jalen Brunson should have been in the MVP conversation, and we'll get on with Jokic later, but Brunson has shown it throughout the playoffs, and in this game in particular, he wasn't matchup hunting. He was just getting these guys and cooking them one by one by one. It didn't matter who was on him. It did not matter at all. And at the end of the day, when Brunson is that aggressive and his shot is going in like that, it's gonna be hard to stop. To me, one of the funniest sequences was when Brunson wasn't paying attention to Nesmith in the corner, and Nesmith missed that shot. I don't know. I don't think Nesmith took another shot after that, and he eventually got an offensive foul call and got taken out of the game, and he was checked out for the rest of that game. But it was a masterful performance by Jalen Brunson. Spectacular, spectacular game. Again, proving why he's not only one of the best players in the NBA, but a legitimate MVP candidate. I think moving forward, this is going to be a tough game for Indiana to come back from. Brunson gets some rest. The rest looked like it really helped him. And Alec Burks in those last 2 games was able to have some confidence going into this game. And obviously their leader, Brunson, was able to take them and carry them over the top. Just what a spectacular game. He did it all. I kept calling because they would just trap him at full court or trap him at half court. Every single time McBride or someone else brought the ball up, and then Brunson was able to come off of some kind of pick, a stagger pick, and then a repick for him, he was able to get the ball moving instead of consistently going one-on-one, even though he did convert on a lot of his one-on-ones. It was just it caused the player like Nesmith, who's a lot bigger than him, to guard him on the move instead of starting from zero. And he took advantage of it, and he hit shots. Big time players make big time plays, and that's exactly what Jalen Brunson was tonight. Spectacular performance. Like I said, masterful performance by him. And he really was doing it all. Inside, outside, mid-range, floaters, threes, everything was going for him. And now, let's move on to the next game. It was a blowout in the end, but it was exciting because Nikola Jokic is just second to none. The guy is second to none. Let's see the Denver Nuggets ended up winning the game 112-97 and take the 3-2 lead. Jokic ended the game with 40 points, had a block, 2 steals, 13 assists, and 7 rebounds. On top of that, he shot 15 of 22, was extremely efficient, 2 of 3 from 3, 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Aaron Gordon added another 18. KCP and Jamal Murray had 16 apiece and really rounded out their offense. And on the other side for the Timberwolves, it just was not a great night. Karl Anthony Towns ended up with 23, but he shot 10 of 19 and 2 of 5. It just was not enough. And on the other side, I was dead wrong about this. Anthony Edwards with 18 points. 1 of 5 from 3. Let me see. 5 of 15 from the field. Just a tough night for him. Wasn't able to really get it going. Let's just get to it, because this was a master at work, is what this was. This was a master at work.
So you are the NBA's Kia MVP. Congratulations.
First 4 games of this series. Indigo Bear cutting, and underneath they get an easy block in game 4.
They weren't able to really get going, these wing players, for the Timberwolves.
Win a couple days ago, spinning inside Jokic. Gobert is there.
McDaniels only had 9. Alexander Walker only had 14.
And a good start.
Jokic was absolutely frying these guys.
Thought 3, works on Holiday. Shot clock at 7, launches the trade. Gobert. And taken by Gordon. Gallup, hold on!
Oof.
And now Jokic over Anderson a triple.
Oh my goodness.
On top. He brushes by Porter and feeds
The pass. Jokic just doing it all.
He's going to go right at Gobert. This is what he wants.
Yes, yes.
Assist with Jokic. Accelerates and takes it down.
Oh my goodness.
Jokic on top.
Here, give me that. Easy peasy. High five.
Win this one with a lead, and Murray trying to penetrate the lane. And over Alexander Walker.
So other people were eating as well.
Murray.
Wow. A masterful game from Nikola Jokic. And I think you deserve an apology from me, man. I'm so sorry, Jokic. I think I'm such a fan of Anthony Edwards right now and everything that he stands for, everything he's saying, talking. He says all the right things. He has charisma. He has flashes of Michael Jordan. I just like his style of play. And I think a part of me was kind of just hoping that he can get over the hump early and really have this legendary career. But that's not how things go. I mean, I have a whole video that's dedicated to negative. That's dedicated to what would have happened if Michael Jordan would have played Akeem Olajuwon,
Tony Parker,
and my argument
green skill
is that he can't contest what a dominant center can do. And it's like I lost sight of that in this situation. And Jokic has proven that he's not only one of the best players ever, but you can definitely argue that he deserves the MVP award, right? And he obviously has taken this matchup personally. I know he doesn't say much, but ever since Shaq told him on national TV that he thought that SGA should have won the MVP over him, rather than just congratulating him, because I feel the same way, but in that moment, you didn't have to do that, Shaq, even though you are G14 classification. But you didn't have to do that in that moment. And ever since then, 30s and just straight dominating. The Minnesota Timberwolves aren't able to do what they were able to do. Can't do what they were able to do in the first 2 games. It's fucking a lot of ables in that shit right there. But Jokic is playing a lot of ISO basketball, leaving Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns on an island. they were doing what I think Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns needs to learn how to do. They're doing what Brunson was doing. And it's that sometimes the play is just to get this person in open space where they can't get double teamed. They had a lot of possessions for Jokic where he would get the ball at damn near the wing, the slot, with no strong side corner. So no one can double team him, and he would just go to work. ISO basketball, highly efficient. He is the mismatch no matter who's on him. Brunson proved that. McConnell was on him post up. Neesmith was on him, shake him up a little bit. It didn't matter. There was no matchup hunting. They were the matchup. They were the mismatch. And clearly, Jokic has heard all of the chatter. Yes, SGA could have been the MVP of the season. Yes, through most of the year, Joel Embiid was probably the best basketball player on the planet and should have been the MVP of the season had he not gotten hurt. However, the only one that has proven it deep in the playoffs and has a ring to show for it is Jokic. All of the MVP, all of the MVP, all of the people in the MVP race, in my eyes, have just showed up and performed. Tatum had a really big game also. You can say whatever you want with Mitchell not being out. That was a big game for them. And he was able to take the game over and win the game. Shea did the same exact thing. Carried his team to victory. Literally carried his team to victory. Brunson had a masterful game as well. And Jokic showed everyone why from game 0 to 82 and then from the end of April through June, the player through all of that, from October to June, the best player is Jokic. That's what he's proving right now. And the NBA is so exciting because it feels like at any given night, they're all in this race. Jokic obviously has proven it and could be potentially on his way to a second championship. Excuse me. Because I don't want to speak too early, but I feel like this series is over. There was a moment in the Minnesota game where Jaden McDaniels was so frustrated with the offensive foul call, he went right down the court and fouled Murray really hard, and then Aaron Gordon got in his face. You could just tell that the frustration is getting to them. And yes, we could say defense all we want, but these players do want to score and get some shots off, especially when they don't have the same confidence like Anthony Edwards does, or the same amount of shots even. So I think the stars have come out. The stars have come out and they've shown us why they are who they are. And the playoffs has just been fantastic. It's been so much fun to watch. These guys are just, they're balling. Jokic, who's already playing great, has just somehow taken it up a notch the last couple games. And moving forward, what else do we have to look for? It's just exciting, right? So later today, we're going to have the Boston Celtics versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't know if will Mitchell play. Let's see. Is it game 6, game 5, whatever the fuck? All right. No, that can't be the right thing. Against the Mavericks. I mean, I guess for me, either way, Boston closes that series out 4-1, and that's the series. They move on to the Eastern Conference Finals, where they wait for the winner of the New York Knicks Indiana Pacers series. So I choose Boston. I think Boston wins tomorrow. They close this out, and that's it. The interesting part is this Dallas Mavericks Oklahoma City Thunder game. How do you call this? Shea has been a model of consistency. No matter what, he shows up and he does his thing. It really depends on how the other guys are going to play with him, are going to play alongside him. Will they be able to carry the load? And on the other side, we've seen MVP performances from every other MVP or every other MVP candidate. It's time for Luka to have his game. And I'm looking for him to have that game in Game 6. I do think that this series is going to go 7 games. It's going back to Oklahoma City. It's not ending just yet. We get to see these guys battle it out one more game. Because I think at the end of today, the Dallas Mavericks will win the game, and Luka Doncic will have himself a great performance. It's time. He got himself a little bit of rest. Stop all the complaining. Hopefully Jason Kidd has made some phone calls to the league. Get him a couple of those calls. And the Dallas Mavericks push this series to 7 games. So, amen. I just had to react to these games right away. I couldn't help it. I just had to do it. Phenomenal games. All of these guys are incredible. It really makes the NBA a lot of fun to watch. And all these guys complaining about old school, new school, whatever school, just watch the game. Because we have some spectacular guys in the league that are just doing their thing and killing it. And I can't wait to watch the rest of the playoffs and, you know, the conference finals and the NBA finals. But for now, I will sign off. Thank you guys for watching with me. If you do like anything that I said, please like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.